Palmetto. Interior, Jack's bedroom, day. Jack sits straddling the large window, his back to the door, his right leg over the side. He is still in his suit pants and white shirt, a suit jacket and tie tossed casually on the bed on the other side of the room. He's looking into the backyard below. Jamie, wearing a suit, his tie loosened and the top button of his white shirt undone, appears in the doorway, a handful of papers in his right hand, a cocktail in his left.
You still debating whether to go feet first or head first?
Jack turns his head to look over. He raises an eyebrow before turning back to look outside.
I haven't actually decided.
Well, nephew, you're making me nervous.
Jack pulls his right leg back into the house and stands up. He looks down at the papers in Jamie's hand.
How do you enjoy that read?
Jamie gives a look of disbelief. He momentarily lifts them up as if to show Jack.
This mess is too rich for my blood.
Jamie offers Jack the papers. Jack waves him off.
I've already got the summary.
Yes, dear, you have people for that now.
Jack shoots him a brief look of annoyance as Jamie sits down in a Queen Anne-style chair against the wall by the door. He tosses the papers on a small table behind him as Jack walks over and takes a seat on the corner edge of the bed closest to Jamie.
What are you going to do?
Jack shakes his head.
That's a hell of a lot of money to bail everything out.
The price of having a family legacy run by an imbecile.
Now. That's my father you're talking about.
I may not know exactly what happened, but I know that son of a bitch did something grand to keep you mostly away all these years.
My father was my father. That's all that needs to be said.
Jamie nods in agreement before taking a healthy sip of his cocktail.
So, he really brought that kid?
Jack scoffs.
Yeah. On to an even happier topic that will also cost me a lot of money.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
You think he's high?
I don't think he's been to rehab in the last month since I left.
I suppose not. Where are you staying?
New York.
In August? Ugh. Please at least tell me you're in the Hamptons.
I'm doing just fine in Soho.
I don't know if anyone does just fine in Soho, but I guess it's not Brooklyn. Are you at least going back to LA at some point?
Probably not.
At least move north of Midtown or go back to California.
What the hell was he thinking bringing that kid? For fuck's sake!
Give the junkie a little credit. He spent your money well. That rent boy is not hard on the eyes.
Connor appears in the open doorway, resting his left shoulder against the frame.
Who's not hard on the eyes?
Jamie looks up and over at Connor.
You, my dear.
Jack looks towards the door.
Who do you think?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a good-looking boy.
Connor sees Jack's annoyance.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Jamie looks from Jack to Connor, back to Jack, then back to Connor, and finally back at Jack.
My, what a handsome couple you two make. Or used to make.
Oh, fuck off.
Jack looks over at Connor.
I just came to say that I've got to get going. See you both later?
Yes, of course. Goodbye, my dear.
Jack stands up and walks over to Connor. The two embrace. Jack hugs close, his eyes closed, Connor continuing to look forward. After a pause, the two separate.
I'll talk to you soon.
Connor nods before he turns and walks away. Jack lingers a moment before he returns to sitting on the bed, facing his uncle. He looks over at him.
Fuck. Did you really have to say that?
Don't look at me. That's your own private shit show.
Interior, Greer living room, day. Jack and Robert sit on opposite sides of a sofa across from Carol, who sits alone on a matching sofa facing Jack, an obvious tension between them. Sitting between them on two chairs facing the fireplace are Davis and Elton, the latter closer to Jack. Sitting in one of the two chairs on either side of the entrance to the dining room, casually holding a glass of red wine, is Jamie. Liz enters the room carrying a glass of red wine.
No, absolutely not.
Mom?
Liz walks between the wearing parties and hands her mother the glass.
Thank you, dear.
Liz sits down next to Carol on the middle cushion. As she adjusts her skirt, she looks around.
Where's Abby?
He's not coming.
Why not?
Jack looks from Liz to Carol. Their eyes meet for a moment before he looks back to her as Carol's gaze goes to the coffee table between them.
Because your father's death has been hard enough on him. Very hard. He doesn't need to hear this.
Doesn't need to hear what?
Jack glances over at Carol before answering. Their eyes meet.
The company's insolvent.
And you can't fix this?
Like how?
I don't know. Money?
No. No fucking way.
Why not?
Jack motions to Carol.
Because she wants to let Abby take over running things, and I'm not going to pay for that.
That company is your brother's birthright.
And we'll be back here in, at the best, 6 months having the exact same conversation. He couldn't run a lemonade stand on his best day.
Jack.
Robert clears his throat. Annoyed, Jack looks over. Robert gives him a look. Jack turns back to Liz.
I offered to help if we put someone else in charge, but not him.
Liz turns to Carol.
What about all the money you and Dad have?
Carol doesn't answer. She looks down at the wine glass in her hands.
They're also broke. He leveraged everything, including both houses, which the bank will foreclose on the day after tomorrow.
Carol's hands visibly tighten around the stem of the glass. She looks over at Jack.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
You think I'm enjoying this? Coming back for his funeral and finding out what he did to that company? To you two personally? Him, I understand, but that...
Jack motions from Carol to Liz.
Neither of you could bother to pick up the phone and let me know what the hell was going on?
I had no idea.
Everyone turns to Carol. She purses her lips.
Your father was a very proud man.
Not too proud to destroy everything you two built.
I have never understood your resentment towards your father.
You understand quite well. That I know for a fact.
Jack, Carol, please. This isn't helping the situation.
Carol glances at Jack before turning to Robert, a look of affection appearing on her face.
Of course. You're right as always. Robert.
Robert?
He's fine. I invited him here.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And just because the two of you couldn't keep things together doesn't mean he's still not a part of this family.
And I'm painfully aware of that.
Carol dismissively motions to Elton.
I still don't know who this one is.
He's here to figure out a way to fix this mess.
You know, Jack, I'm just trying to help.
High on God knows what with a prostitute at my father's funeral.
Robert stands up.
Go fuck yourself.
Always the victim, Robert. Go enjoy another hit.
Robert exits the room. The room remains awkwardly silent for a few moments before Jamie loudly clears his throat.
You know, Carol.
Jamie, having the attention of the room, stands. He momentarily pauses before walking over and stopping behind Jack.
When I agreed to sell my interest in our family's home, I did not do it with the intent that the whole goddamn thing be handed over to the bank. In disgrace.
I was wondering when you'd have your say.
How's now for you?
Carol remains silent.
The point I need to make, my dear sister, is that this dance is now over. This
Jamie theatrically waves his hand in the air.
whole dog and pony show has now come crashing down. What I think you need to appreciate is that when your son here decides to throw you a lifeline, my personal suggestion would be to not argue over the particulars and thank God himself
Jamie puts a hand on Jack's shoulder.
that he is willing and able to keep you in the lifestyle to which you have become all too accustomed.
Are you through?
No.
Jamie points towards the ceiling.
That one upstairs has every right to know what's going on here. This not telling him his father wrecked everything will backfire. Mark my words. Now, what are we going to do about that company?
Elton softly clears his throat.
If I may, I think that liquidation is... I think it's the only logical solution.
Carol turns to Elton.
Yes. I see how you as the Wizard of Smart intend to fix things, but no thank you. We're not doing that. I will not allow it.
Carol stares down the room.
I will not be humiliated in front of the entire city. I will not have our family's name ruined over this.
Good luck with that.
Carol glares at him.
I'm just not sure there's a lot of options left.
Because you're not trying hard enough.
Jamie squeezes Jack's shoulder, which stops him from responding. Jack and Carol continue to stare at each other. Carol finally stands up.
Fine. I hope you all have a good laugh over this when you fly back to California in your private jet.
Carol looks at Jamie.
And you?
Oh, I'll be fine, my dear. I've made my investments in all the sure bets like gay alcoholics. Don't you worry about me.
Mom, I told you I would take care of the personal stuff.
That's not good enough.
Then I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you all are.
Carol exits the room. Liz turns to Jack.
Fix this.
Jamie walks over and takes Carol's seat.
I wouldn't.
I said I was taking care of the houses. But that company, that money pit, absolutely not.